Especially with this Drow Ranger pick in the mid lane. As they said, Thompson's been picking it quite a lot. Last few days that he's played it, hasn't been doing the great the last few days, but 2 or 3 days ago, he did win like 6-something games in a row. So
well, there we go.
He's had some good showings in particular matchups, but they did counter-pick it quite heavily. Like the first opener, they see that Drow, they pick the Mars, but that does mean that it gives Ana this setup toward the end to be able to get a Juggernaut. When you look at the overall like heroes that can actually kill him, he's not under too many threats of a lot of these stuns. He can actually play around them pretty well with that spin. It's only really like that they can get a full combination of the Mars spear plus like an arrow. Besides that, he should be able to get most spins off and live. There is a lot of control coming out from Secret that I'm seeing, all right? Stuns, silences aplenty, which is something that does hurt Brewmaster a lot. Same thing for Darkseer, which is the big team fight that OG has.
Sure. You know, that Jug, it seems to be a hero that some of the other teams in Europe are kind of not going for. You know, they're sort of avoiding, even if it's left to the draft. Why do you think some teams are sort of strayed away from it? And why is it still fine for and good for OG here as the last pick?
Well, Ana just really likes to play it, and I think it fits their skirmish style. It's just a hero that can play fast, a hero that can constantly be just looking to show up for the fights, and they love Healing Ward. The way that they can play with the resets, I think that's just like the definition of OG, just resetting fights, constantly looking for the chaos of that reset. As a smoke level 1, Secret, I'm gonna start with some blood. They've got the Mirana positioned on the bottom with the arrow too, so OG, gotta be a little careful. Blood right to secure, arrow as well. Looks like it should be 3 runes for the side of Secret because of that.
Okay, so overall, you do expect that when it comes to the lanes, Secret should have a slight edge in the matchups.
Yes, I'm not sure about the mid matchup. I still think Nisha should do fine because the Flame Guard, you just push the lane in constantly. Drow should probably still just free farm too, but I don't know how much pressure you're going to be able to place. Bottom lane, this looks a little tough for Darkseer and Clockwork. Just one of the better just spam lanes, right? Grimstroke and Bloodseeker just able to constantly push the lane out. You also have the heal that's going to be coming in as Bloodseeker versus Darkseer. But I'm going to be watching mid. You know, this is not a matchup we get to see too often, so let's see if the high physical damage from a Drow is able to take advantage of some slight low armor.
Yeah, we see straight away with the level 1 multi-shot, just using it immediately to make sure that the wave doesn't get pushed in upon him.
Yeah, I like that. On top, it looks like we did see an arrow, perhaps immediately onto the range creep, and just already some manipulation up here of the actual lane equilibrium. And blocks aplenty. Looking at these sentry wards, top is the one that's more focused on from both sides. Noto will find the D ward, so he'll have a pull open to himself shortly. But they're trying to keep this positioning here of the lane. Secret, they want to be able to pull it back, because when you're playing versus Jug, you can get that extra little bit of harass. And he doesn't have a great support next to him, right? He has a Brewmaster, which Noto could suffer quite a bit here. But Orb of Venom, very nice to be able to push away Yapsor, at least because he does have just level 1 arrow. But yeah, bottom I think is going to be the one that is going to be really tough, especially for Seb. This is just a straight up counter pick in the lane for these two.
Sure, but I imagine we should see down this bottom lane eventually Og.Saksa or Seb starting to just grab the creeps from behind the tower and avoiding playing the lane straight into the heroes of Secret at all.
It gets better as you get more levels, because you can actually force the lane in almost as hard as a Bloodseeker once you get like level 2 Ion Shell, but we have seen some troubles, at least from some of these double melees.
See ya, yep, so more than happy to trade hits back at no tap.
Oh yeah. Starting items too, the double Fairy Fire. He reblocks before the 2 minute. He's going to take out the Sentry as well, prioritizing that lane positioning as we were mentioning before for Zai. And Ana's struggling already. Just only up to the 5 last hits to start off here. Bottom, should be able to net themselves a kill, but just pushing them away there.
They get in range for the Inks well stunned, but not quite in time to hold them in the Blood Bright. Matto will now start to run out of mana, but he's got the stick charges, so still chances to have that backup Blood Bright at the ready in case Santra and Seth get aggressive onto him.
Yeah, and he's got boots immediately on that Bloodseeker down bottom. He knows the only way he dies if he gets ran down with double Ion Shell. Zai might be in a little bit of trouble. He's always got the TP if they go too hard on him, but doesn't actually use it. Ana's taking a lot of damage on himself.
The right clicks are adding up. Ana's got to be careful. Yapso jumping in. The arrow's off the mark, but with the leaps, he may just have it. Yapso gets the first blood here as Ana just getting a little too aggressive with that level 1 spin when they've got the ability on their lane to just turn and right click you.
Nice vacuum.
It's going to be risky. Bottom lane, Matu. He's out just in time. They've got a salve good to go as well, so Matu will be kept safe.
Only 6 last hits on Seb. He is continuing to suffer down here at the start. And mid though, we're seeing a lot of denies being built up. So that is the beauty. He's just going to probably build what? Just straight damage. He goes for just into a Band of Elvenskin, into early treads to be able to get a lane advantage. Nisha's still also getting some last hits, but yeah, Drow matchup. Drow favored.
Yeah, at the moment, pretty much the only lane that OG's having that edge on. The side lane is definitely a tough start here for OG. Especially that top, just 9 CS at the moment on Ana.
Og.Saksa's actually just gonna suicide the tower too. Down bottom 2-2. Gives his life. Just to reset the lane, just so he can refill. Probably bring the bottle, I think, for Seb. But does he actually even have it done yet on Seb? He doesn't just yet, so... Either way, he wants to be able to make his way back down healthy so that he can actually try to pressure the Bloodseeker. Because they're really, like, look at bottom. It's 6 last hits. He's getting almost nothing.
Never refuse gold given.
Yeah, is that sort of standard here, you know, for Seb to very early on finish out the full one in the lane?
Just because they're spamming so much, right? Okay. This is probably the most spamming lane that he's going to play against. Like, Bloodseeker's always going to be forcing lane out. Same thing for Grimstroke, so you can see why. But yeah, finishing it up is definitely a bit interesting. Thompson 10 denies already, 22-10. So he's going to be the big one to watch. Those side lanes really suffer.
Thompson's going to have to do quite a bit in the mid game with the top lane and bottom lane going. This could help clean things up a little bit for them. Stick charge at bottom. Zai, oh, he gets the spear
off the tower.
They may have killed Zai, but Zai with that final spear as he goes down will set up for the trade.
That was so big brain. Like he waited for the final moment to pump his thing too. Gets the angle. Saksa also gets the angle himself here with a rocket. Nicely done.
Starting to heat up already on both of the side lanes.
Definitely seeing the big advantage, at least, of having Thirst, too, inside the laning phase. That was why we did see the top kill first from Yap, so you get all these vision advantage. And just harassment in early game will be making that lane better. We see the... Okay, he's putting stats in, so even more base damage. Look at this.
Okay.
Treads, and then he's going to go straight for that Dragonlance. So he's going to be very tanky as this route.
It's going to be interesting to see, because, of course, you know, Drow here, the stats are nice, but also the extra points and the skills are pretty valuable, so no, we'll see. This is obviously the way that Thompson likes to play.
Anna,
been seeing it do a lot, and
again? That's 3 times. You asked why we weren't seeing the jug so much.
I guess this is why we're not seeing the jug. Well, I'm barely seeing the jug on the screen at all. He's off the map.
Seb connects things well onto both. Seb will be able to get away. Nice cogs.
Yeah, here's Saksa. We'll be able to hold back Matu. Seb will be safe. Seb actually starting to stab up. They're going to be able to time with the vacuum. Matu. He's getting low, but he's got that movement speed. He's all over the place. He's able to run away very easily.
It's so hard to see the Ion Shell in this Clockwork, too.
Oh, look at this top Zai. He's in onto No-Tail. No-Tail's in a bit of trouble there.
Do they already have arcane boots on Yapsor? They constantly will have mana to go for these pressure plays here.
The spear. See if they've got the damage. They do. I mean, this top lane is getting pretty darn messy here for OG.
They're going to need something beautiful out of Thompson. He is having a good time, but man, everybody else suffering so hard. Oh, yeah. Yep, so like Arcane Boots so early up top, that means they always have the mana to be able to go for throwing these spells out onto Ana and No-Tail. We knew this lane would be tough, but maybe not this tough for them.
I mean, and that's the thing as well. With Thompson's build getting the points into the stats, though, that doesn't sort of say, hey, guys, I'm going to be ready to come to the side lanes and help you out, right? That says, hey, I'm going to be hitting the creeps.
It does have 2 points at least in Frost Arrow, so maybe we'll be building up as you can make moves with that. Bottom.
Stick charges. He will go down, but Matu's able to get the clean up in return.
Thompson's moving down. He is making the rotation.
Oh, with the arrow!
With the arrow.
Yapsor comes in with the rotation, catches Seb off guard. Seb goes down, and Thompson can't do anything now.
Nope. He needed the +1. At least somebody to be able to body. But he's kind of sticking around here. Might wait until the Clockwork does come down, because he can still kill Matu, but he's actually just going to make his way over.
Yeah. I mean, but we're seeing it, 7 minutes in. Top 5 net worth. 4 of them are that as secrets. Now, Yapsor, of course, you know, he's 400 gold ahead of Ana.
Keep you safe.
Oh, yeah. That is problematic, as we see the item build 2 from Yapsor. He's just going to be building straight toward a mech. Really good item to be able to match up versus eventually what you would expect, like a Darkseer mech, but also just the armor that you're always going to be providing with versus Drow is going to be really nice. Same thing with that bonus heal. This is this is going to be hard for OG. I mean, I'm ready to be surprised at least from a Drow, but I don't know what he's going to be able to do, because it's not the easiest of Drow games either. They have a lot of ways to get on top of him. They have the Mars ult to block versus the regular attack. Sure, the multi-shot will be able to go through, but doesn't look the easiest. And now they're giving No-Tail the mid lane since he's near level 6 at the very least for them. So he's going to have an early 6 on the Brewmaster at the very least for them too.
And where do you think you're looking to go with that first primal split? Like where's the biggest potential for OG to make a play?
I mean, they need to fix like all the lanes, so anywhere he hits really is going to be good. I think bottom could be a good one though, because they need to slow down this Bloodseeker a bit. He's getting a bit too out of control, and he's got the best matchup at least to just get right on top of that Drow Ranger. We think he'll like to make the move bottom, but he might just go down. He's fine.
A lot of damage here though for Nisha with that DD. And we see, I mean, Ana and Thompson, they both had to resign to the jungle. They're sharing the jungle together here.
That is not a good sign. Zai, free lane top. Bloodseeker, free lane bottom. Saksa though says, is it a free lane?
Right down.
They have so much damage.
Pretty tanky, but indeed, especially with the rupture. Saksa, he'll stand his ground. And all he does all right, he'll take that. He'll certainly take that. Brings Matu down with it.
Nisha down here. The split.
All right, they might get some more. Nisha.
I don't think they expected the split so early.
Nisha's going to be thrown up into the air for now. The Moonlight Shadow's out, so they'll get Puppy safely out of there. Will lose his courier, though. Nisha also just breaking away, respecting the split here from No Doubt.
Ooh, definitely wanted to. I mean, I don't think the side of Secret expected such an early Brew 6. I don't think the side of OG expected such an early 6 on that Mirana from YapzOr.
We're going to see here. That's Seb. He's going to run with the Remnant. He can close the gap. Nisha's able to close in. Make sure the Inkswell connects, and Seb taking out Courier as well. Well, he'll certainly take that. That's No Tail's boost out of the game.
Oh, now. He just gets ran down his top. They will get at least a return kill onto Zai finally for Ana. But yeah, quick moves. Secret Array up to 3k gold lead from these quick moves. You said the 4 top.
Tower is under attack.
4 top out of that 5. But Ana finally getting himself involved back in with Saksa.
He's catching back up a little bit, getting some action, making sure that
Radiant's
first Omni Slash
tower is under attack.
finds a kill.
This Darkseer is just so far behind, though. This is the really big concern for me. Is it's not an easy game for him either. His mech timing is going to be slowed down a lot. The mech's timing is going to come out same time or slower than the Mirana, the 4 position. Arrow. Off the mark.
Yeah, they're ready for that there. Want the vision up.
OG's doing a good job at least of securing runes I've been seeing.
He's looking to see what he can do in the jungle. He's running down Topson. He's not going to go for any further with the aggression, though. Saksa around, hookshot back up.
Yeah, I feel for the most part, though, that it has been OG at least denying these runes away from Nisha, so I see him running around without like much of a full battle and no power runes himself, but still looking to play super aggressive.
Has been killed.
Gonna have the setup here.
Oh, his courier's dead, though.
From the high ground, they get the spear over on the side on Saksa. Nisha's in trouble. They've been gushed in vacuum. Nisha's gonna get taken outside. Drops the arena. They found Saksa. See if they can get more out of this. They'll get No Tail. Seb and Topson trying to turn to take Zai down, but Zai's pushing on, forcing Topson to back off. Still got 1 charge available. Zai with the spear. Shoves Topson away. Will be able to give him the space to back off. So they'll lose Nisha. They'll get the 2 supports for it.
Look how much attention they're dragging, though. All of OG has to show up to the mid lane. Their safe lane jug is level 7. They are really suffering right now in this department. Onisha making a pretty big mess up there. Diving forward, not expecting the gust. And he gets his courier killed. I think that's at 5-6 couriers already killed.
Oh, and
nice angle.
Finding a big one down here. Excellent catch. I mean, that's the big target right now. Matu, king of the net worth. He's the one they want to be taking out. As he was hitting some scary item timings here. The Maelstrom had just been completed here 11 minutes in on top of the phase, so he was about to really hit his stride.
They have a mech already on YapzOr. That is so early. 5-0 and 1. He's gotten the majority of the kills for the team. But man, that is unbelievably
straight up faster than the patch fastest.
And
I mean, that's not even on like a Mirana.
I think that's on any hero.
That's on any hero, right?
I don't know. I've just made that up, but it's on any hero.
It's damage might be an issue now, but Saksa with this surge wants to get on top of Puppy.
Puppy's still alive.
He is still alive. He's not here.
Will be able to come in and clean him up, but they're going to lose heroes in return. Or maybe not the healing ward. Anna's able to get the healing ward out in time. Keeps Saksa alive, and now Nisha, he's the one in trouble. He's got to run. He comes out. Anna's able to take him down.
And now YapzOr.
They might give themselves something else here. YapzOr pops the neck. He's trying to lead back under the safety of his tower, but Saksa's in with a hook shot. As OG, they're down to third. They're not even done yet. They lay down the cogs. OG, they're suddenly getting 4 heroes, and they're losing nothing themselves.
And they're back. Seb is completely back now. He gets himself a double kill. He's dominating. He has mech. How quick all this happens. They all just show up to bottom. Secret not expecting it all, completely in disarray. And they get the tower 2 off of all of it. Holy moly. It feels a cook shot just came back up. And he gets it off perfect.
I've got to say, I feel like Saksa's playing very well this game. I know he's died a few times, but some of the moves that he's made have... They've just sort of set up the catalyst for these fights that OG's managed to just go straight back into Secret's aggression and really start to shut down that lead that Secret did have. You know, we saw off the back of the lane, Secret, they had 4 heroes in the top 5. It's pretty much back to even off those sort of moves.
And Topson was farming during all, too. Topson was in the jungle just being a Drow Ranger, hitting some creeps. See this one again.
Just one by one there. They end up dropping it.
And they do still have to be a little careful. I think Nisha maybe underestimated how much the Ion Shell would just take off him. Like, look, his Flame Guard, it's just gone. And then he's like, oh, wait a minute.
Now he's got to run.
I gotta get out of here.
And as soon as the healing ward's out as well, they can't commit any further. And you see with the Omni Slash, not able to sort of put his Remnant out long enough and wait for it to get the
Radiant's
distance to
middle
jump,
tower is under
you know,
attack.
far enough so it would break the potential
Radiant
follow-up jumps
are
of the Omni
scanning.
Slash. And Top,
Another hook
he's
shot.
going again. He's got the catch on Zai. Thompson's in with the damage. Zai,
This is on fire.
he can't get out of this. He really is. This is some hot stuff here from the clock.
Many a grave hidden in these woods.
Such quick plays. OG just swing across the map. That whole lead that Secret did build up after laning phase, it's gone. Ana?
So if they can take him down, he's going to have backup coming in. He's the wall on the high
Nicely
ground.
done.
Very nicely done here. Stop with the backup of Thompson. Anna's going to be kept safe.
Puppy! Oh, the creeps finish him off.
To see the chase for No Tail. He's going to go for more. He's got Promise split up in 10 seconds.
This is with Val Bruce, but that they're chasing forward for these kills now too. Now with Healing Ward rallied around with that mech too.
They're going to come in with some TPs here. Secret. They want to try and find them. Zai's going to lay down the arena. He's caught a few of them. He's able to get the spear back onto No Tail. But they're going to live with the blade fury. No Tail will fall. Zai in return, he's going to get taken
Radiant's
down. The
middle
wall's
tower
down with the
is under
illusions
attack.
out. Zai's out.
Radiant structures are
They can get
fortified.
anything more here as they stick around, able to dig up a bounty rune as well in the midst of the action. As OG, they'll push on, they'll take this tier 1.
The group up. Just OG playing so well together with each other.
Radiant's middle tower
It's the
has
heals
fallen.
really. The Healing Ward survives long enough. Even though Zai comes in, we get an arrow. But they have the damage.
I mean, Anna's able to take off the flame gun here with the blade fury. Saksa did again with the hook shot. They've got the control. This is going to get taken out. Only Slash over to one Poppy. It's more
Maniacs are too.
OG. They may lose set, but honestly, this mid-game, their Secret, after a pretty significant lead off the back of the lanes, they've just lost it completely here as OG are bringing the fight each and every time, and they're just tearing Secret apart.
OG and they're battling. And Thompson,
I'll
as we
take
said,
that.
he's just being able to get so much farm. And this, now they have Bruce Split available too. These last 3 fights around these towers has just been OG setting it up perfect. Look at the damage down. You have Saksa, as we said. Beautiful jump throughs. And he's been enabled, honestly, so well by Seb.
yeah.
Like constantly ion shelled, constantly getting the right target. Look at the Q. He's queuing up Orchid. This is usually what you see from
It's
like your off-lane snowball in Clockworks that try to go for this type of build. Can see the reasoning why, especially versus that Ember. As again, Matu.
They've caught him up here, and he's not got anyone here to back him up. Matu's dead. Vacuum back, he can't run. Zai, a first spin in the midst of them too. This time round, Saksa not quite able to get the hook shot. So with that in mind, Zai will be able to step away. Anna's still trying to chase, bear in mind.
Dire's top
But,
tower is under attack.
They can't go for this underneath the tower.
Double
Zai
damage.
will be fine.
Amateur.
Gotta get healed up though, Healing Ward.
But we're really seeing sort of the repercussions of these moves that OG's been able to make against Secret. You know, Nisha and Zai, they're starting to slip back and slip behind.
They sure are. It's not just the gold that's something important to look at. 2K, it's whatever. Look at the experience right now. It's near 8K experience lead for OG. They've been grouped up, and they already have, like, look at this Clockwork. He's the same level, if not a good chunk higher than the Ember Spirit, the mid.
Radiant's
He's higher
top
level than his
tower is
Darkseer
under
as well on
attack.
this clock. Saksa, on fire. And again, rallied around the towers, rallied around their big team fight and Healing Ward.
Looking for Thompson.
They are. They know he's been split off a bit.
He's been getting so much space. And even with the 3 of them here, though, it looks like they're not going to actually be able to quite find him. Thompson's able to step out in time.
And now they got to be careful.
They really do. Saxon's got the hook shot online ready again. Split still available, of course, for No Tail. As we'll see that move again up top. Matu just trying to push on a little bit greedy here. Only had Zai by his side, and Zai not able to get over in time to do anything about the 2 of them catching him there. Saxon
They're getting too split up. Secret has to somehow
They get
find
another
themselves
kill?
together, but they're getting caught one by one, and also in these fights by OG. Crazy recovery. 19-5. It was 13-6 or something at some point, right? So they've just gotten
1 out of the 3 heroes watching him.
Are scanning.
I mean, that's not going to do anything here against the Blade Fury. And now with the wall down, Zai's the one that's got to be careful, Anna. Got the Omni Slash at the ready as well if he sees the opportunity for a good target. They're trying to block Zai and cogs her down. Zai, he cannot get anywhere to safety. He'll drop the arena.
the Healing Ward on the high ground again. They're not even taking any damage.
I mean, they're falling apart here. Secret OG just outplaying them. Thompson, he's trying to kill off Matsu.
He just stands his ground versus the Rupture. They're all full health. OG, the team fight just too strong.
I mean, the lanes really didn't matter as it
They
seemed
really
this
didn't.
game. You know, Secret may have turned up with, as you said, drafting to have that edge in the lanes. The mechanics were there. They're having an excellent time in the matchups. But when it actually came to playing the Dota, you know, coming in with this action, the team play, OG, so far in this game 1, they're on another level.
And they're always there. It's just like they're outnumbering them every time. I feel like Secret's doing a lot at all. That's the way OG likes to play.
Keep coming.
They like to keep going. Even if they don't have ults available, they'll be able to. And crazy to say, too, is No-Tail is 3 components toward his Aghanims already on the Brewmaster and almost level 12, too. So the frequency of these ults is going to be pumped out with 2 charges, too. It's slightly off the mark. We can give him a 1 or 2 misses as he's had a
that was a
pretty perfect
tricky
game.
one there with the leaps.
Yep.
Absol's away.
Starting to build solutions. Secret getting very annoyed, of course, by Saksa. 4 staff now done for Puppy, but this damage really has been done. Zai has very little farm. You see he's queued up BKB on the Mars just to be able to survive versus this Clockwork getting on top of him constantly. So yeah, Thompson's items just coming out too fast now, too.
Loving the build-up, too.
Yep.
Blink Dagger, incredibly valuable on this hero. That,
Agreed.
You know, the angles that you're able to find in the team fight matter so much with the
Dire's
gust and the
bottom
multi-shot.
tower is under
And if
attack.
you see like the Mars walking up at you, right? Like you can just blink out, reset in order to get a good positioning for it. Or you can blink in if you see opportunities. Yeah, positioning is key for Drow Ranger. And they've done this for a long time. I know that OG was one of the big teams when they used to pick Drow and it had the one-shot like ancient mechanic. He used to go blink dagger even for that. They really know how good the item is.
Especially this game where, I mean, normally the thing that would maybe put you off it is if they had that sort of setup that you wouldn't be able to blink at if they had like the Yules, but obviously with the mech rush that Yapsa went for, there's no Yules on the Mirana, and with the fact that Zai's having a tough game having to go straight for the BKB, there's no Yules on him, so they just don't have that setup that would really threaten him. So the blink dagger, as you say, just going to be pretty much the item to solve any other issues that he'd have with them walking up and trying to start fighting.
Radiant's
They're ready to fight. It's level 12 on Brewmaster, the hook shot again.
And they do with a pushback into the gust. Just saying, Yapsa with that arrow cutting through on the top to start damage and allow Misha to get away.
Thompson's still in the area though, and he's doing so much damage now. Also finds himself, of course, an agility Vambrace on top of all this crazy agility he already does have. All grouping up. The BKB's done on the Mars, so now Zai will have a little bit of an easier option for himself to not worry about this Clockwork, which is so annoying. But Nisha,
Be a little careful there. It comes straight back into the silence. Since he loses half his HP, we'll see the rupture get dropped down on Thompson. With the split up, they've got many ways to keep Thompson's next Zai. He's trying to get in there to find him. He won't be able to clear out the trees with the arena. Hits into the walls with the spear. Can they bring him down? They can. They're finally able to take down Thompson. Now they're ready for the counter play. Zero G backing back onto Zai. Falling low. They get the stun connection onto the jump though. Anna, he's in trouble. Can he get out of time? The healing walks out. And in fact, Anna wants to go back in. Pops the Blade Fury. He's ready to try and run down Yapsa. But as the Blade Fury comes to the end, he backs off. Nisha still alive somehow. As Matt, he's cleaning up. He's cleaning up. He's to pound 3. He's ready to run down Seb. Seb can't escape this. Matu chasing him down. Seb's trying to run, but Matu's able to get in. And Secret, they're back. Team wipe.
they finally get a good setup. They get the rupture on the Drow. Zai knows his job. He does not care if he dies. The typical sacrificial lamb for the team. Batu able to just do full work. And Nisha as well. Just gets every single spell off this time. Not getting fully controlled for once.
I mean, he got so low in that situation, but as you say, just one another Secret actually able to keep them alive, and just an excellent start to the fight from Zai, knowing that his job to just BKB, get in the face of this Drow, stop Thompson from having any impact in the team fight.
And Saksa's low mana during all this. Like, he can't actually do what he's normally been doing of getting these catches, good initiations. Of course, that arrow too from Yapsa, very effective.
Yeah.
And Matu, he was up in the air for a lot of the fight, but then as soon as he comes back down, 3-hero connection on the Blood Right, everybody's super low, and then he can just clean up the speed.
Yeah, huge cleanup. To get a big boost in gold and XP there with a team fight win such as that one.
And this is what we want to see. I mean, just these constant battles between both.
Back
and now
forth.
these BKBs, they're going to be very effective. Secret, they were having a bit of that tough in that early game. They recognize what the problem is. They pick up 2 4-stabs on the supports. Now it's 3 BKBs on all 3 cores.
Yeah, things get a lot harder now. You know, you're not necessarily going to be able to overrun Secret with the brawl that you were bringing before.
Yeah, these ion shells that have been very disruptive, these gusts and whatnot, will not be nearly as effective anymore versus this match community.
Now we'll see with that last fight going the way it did as well. Thompson feeling that he does have to go a little less flashy and a little more safe. Just getting that BKB on now after the Manta so that he can be a bit more kitted out for these heroes just running at him with their own BKBs during the team fight.
Still susceptible to the rupture if he is out of position. Does have to be a little more cautious how he shows himself on the initial pushes.
I think a lot of it's, you know, it's going to be down to how well he can be sustained by Seb with his Greaves. And of course, Anna with that healing ward. Very important, really, that they're able to keep that healing ward alive. So a lot for Anna to keep track on in the team fight.
That's one Bruce split. He does have the 2 charges though, so doesn't mind ever throwing one of them out here to mess with Nisha and also save his life. Yep, so still in the area though to watch out for it.
Radiant's bottom
And they're just
tower
gonna tip him.
is
They're like,
under
whatever.
attack.
It's just one. You know, it's
Dire's
just one of the
top
ults.
tower is under
You already have
attack.
an Ags at 23 minutes as a 5-position
Yes,
brew.
that's
You know, it's pretty good.
He's hitting some pretty military iron timing. Oh, he's deep, but he knows there's no
He knows.
cancel.
Yeah.
So Blade Fury and a TP will do the job every time for now.
Matu denying to the creeps while he's spinning on it too, just cheeky. Trying to get themselves this high ground advantage. These BKBs, as we said, it's going to be a problem for OG.
Seb. He's trying to dodge it all, but he can't dodge everything. Inkswell into the setup. They're ready to go for more. Anisha. Gonna have some backups.
He's going to force the split.
Radiant's bottom
Indeed, we'll
tower
have the
is under attack.
second charge being used here. They're still moving in. Maybe seeing if they can take down Notel through the split.
They
Dropping the
ruptured it.
rupture as well.
Oh my God.
I mean, how far? They're not going to dive for this.
I don't think so. They're nice.
Anna's coming in for the stun. He's coming in with the Omni Slash, but they're nicely grouped up together. The Absol also able to leap away, so nobody's attacking that initial crash from the Omni Slash. Poppy will fall. Now down to the Soulbind, onto the 2 of them. Zai, BKB, turns with the bulwark, starts to back on Matsu. He's cleaning them up. He's ready to run in. He's be able to pick up a second. Anna's got to be careful. Healing more down. They'll get back behind the tier 3. Nisha. He is going to get taken down, so the aggression there from Secret, kind of getting baited by Notel right up past the tier 3s. It will get punished by OG. They may lose a few themselves, but they are able to kick back and take out 3 of Secret for that aggression.
That was a pretty crazy dive from Secret for sure around the tier 3s. The glyph gets popped and Topson able to hold his high
Roche
ground.
is up as well. Can these 3 do Roche with the healing ward up
They
in
sure
10?
can.
They certainly can go for this.
He's got BKB coming out for the draft too.
Secret's going to be up pretty soon, so it could be a good chance they're spotted it out as well with the scan. So Secret's going to head over.
They've got good spam too. They just need to be sure to kill that healing ward.
I mean, who's getting in and out though?
Incoming!
It has to be Yapso really, but he has no leap charges, so someone's going to have to go in there and move for it.
Who's going to be able to make that move?
Nobody can.
Roshan has fallen to the
There
down.
we have it. Topson with the Aegis ready for the next fight. As well as, of course, that completed BKB. They're already making moves up top. The counter.
Next.
Anna's dead. So sad. They're getting a little carried away there. As soon as they go for a move,
Gets
Topson,
snowbound.
he's not going to be able to get away.
The leash stops his
He gets
TP.
leashed to No-Tail. He's trying to stand his ground with the BKB. He stacks the scum over the hook shot over the wall. Yapso. Yapso has been trapped in the cogs. Get out of this. Can't. So Yapso will go down. Topson still right. Step up the high back. Get a good angle to start shooting back inside. But Matsu, he's in with the BKB. Closes the gap on Topson. Takes down the drought. Matsu, he's ready for round 2. The bloodline setup. Saxon tries to hide himself in the cogs, but Matsu's still got the movement speed. He'll stay on top of the drought. He's going to have the back of Anisha as well. Topson, he's attempting to run, but he's got no more defensive abilities or items to use to get him out of there. As Matu again finds the cleanup. No-Tail's also picked up there by the nuke. See a TP out from Saksa. He is the only man to get out of this. Everybody else going down. They may have got Roche, but as we saw that, Anna and Seb immediately moving up to the Secret shop. Secret, they were there. They were ready. And Anna, again, just getting caught out on the front of the fight.
And perfectly comboed up too from the side of Secret. They have a ward on the high ground. OG walks up blindly into that area. They perfectly see them on Secret, and they just connect everything. The spear, the arrow, everything onto Ana before he's able to get anything off. Same thing for Seb. And Seb, he's still very crucial to their team fight. So even though Topson is that strong with an Aegis, they get on top of him. And without having some way to reset and pull the fight away with the Darkseer, Secret thrive. This is a crazy game still though. 54 kills, 27 minutes, Owen.
We're going to have a lovely bit in a second. Just wait. About 16, about 15 seconds. And then if you look, ladies and gentlemen, towards the... Wait, hold
Just
on.
wait.
Yeah.
7 more seconds.
And then if you look at the top of the screen.
Boom! There it goes!
Beautiful.
27.
Very nice.
It's a sign. If you're out there and you're 27, today is a lucky day.
How old are you?
Oh, no, I'm 20.
Rack it up!
Are you
I'm 20. No, I'm 28.
Are you?
God,
Wait, when did you get so... Jesus, Owen.
I had a birthday.
What happened all these years? So a neutral item's picked up. Who got what? I saw Cloak of Flames on both sides. Nice pickup for the Brewmaster. Also nice pickup for the for Nisha himself.
I mean, they're smoked. They're trying to come up here again. This place didn't do them too well last time,
But they are smoked this time.
Yeah.
Secret does seem to be pretty aware of the positioning.
They'll get a ward down themselves now, OG. If you drop it in the lane here, but, you know, somewhere that Secret's not necessarily going to expect Vision to be at this point of the game.
It does provide a lot of vision because we did see the Mars ult knock down all the trees there, so it is giving more usual vision. More than usual. that is. As does get the blink anyway now
There's the-
that he does have his defensive BKB for himself on the Drow Ranger.
Yeah, always a nice one to upgrade with.
They re-smoke. They really want to find this fight now. They're feeling strong.
Who do you think they're looking for the jump on? Or DD on Ana?
Ooh.
Oh, he actually buys. Did he just buy himself a bottle? Or maybe there was one in the base that he picked up there. But either way, I think he probably was on the ground. So he gets himself the ball sent out. Either way, he's not going to wait for it. He's picking it up because he knows the rest of the team. They want to find action.
No-Tail wants to start the fight where he can lift somebody because he wants to be able to stop these 3 BKBs from going up with the reset. Moonlight Shadow.
It's causing them some issues. We'll be able to lay down a sentry in no time.
Okay.
He's found his way over to the back lines. Not towards the Grimstroke.
They can't walk up this hill though. Secret has perfect vision in this area.
It's not an easy fight for OG to step into.
No. They're going to respect that high ground. And no split available now. They'll back away.
Enchanted Quiver on Thompson, always a nice one.
Oh, yeah.
Extra bit of punch there on the every few hits.
Okay, so who got which one? I saw Paladin Sword as well.
Paladins.
And Matu getting that one's going to be very nice for him.
Yeah.
Combination of just all the heals, right? From his spell damage as well. And just his innate healing that he gets from when he kills a hero. That's going to be pretty huge. If he does it, whenever he finishes off a hero inside the fights, it's going to be a big surge of health.
Some very nice times. I mean, what the amulet on Ana, very nice for the extra bit of speed buffs, and the Cloak of Flames. You know, one for the Brew and one for the Ember. Probably two of the better Cloak of Flames heroes in the game.
Definitely. Does get himself the shard on the Mars. Very important when you're playing versus any Manta heroes. You know, you want to be able to show you pin the right hero. A little bit of downtime here. Scouting with the arrow. Secret just continuing to play around the high ground. Arrow connects, but they'll just ping him out. Now they know that they're all rallied in the area. Basher now finished up for Matu, so...
Ana's going to be a bit more careful.
Yeah, switching on target.
Oh, look at the jump. They found No-Tail.
He is very dead.
I mean, with the Brew gone, I guess this is sort of 50 seconds, but OG's probably going to try and do their best to avoid a team fight.
Yeah, push bottom. They at least can actually threaten potential like high ground. Ana could just go up there. Does have to, as we said, watch out for the Basher, because he can't do the spin TPs as easy. He doesn't know the Basher's online just yet.
We'll see it now, right?
We'll see it now if he does click over there, for sure.
They click on them all.
They better.
Dire's middle
Professional
tower
players.
is under
And
attack.
they're just going to swing top. Creep wave dies in the mid lane, but they still have creeps up top to go for that tier 2 tower. As Ana doesn't see anything just yet. He's waiting for a moment until he sees more information.
Dire's
Thompson's going to be the one who actually perhaps pokes bottom because he's a little safer, but Seb might be calling for a fight, it looks like. He's pinging in the area.
Dire's top tower is
How many
fallen.
Bruce splits do we have? We do have the
Radiant's
one,
bottom
almost
tower
two
is
available.
under
Right,
attack.
yeah. On the respawn. Getting that time as well. Trying to pump him up towards that 18.
Ooh, Nisha has Axe now. So fights for the Drow. There's a lot of control, a lot of different ways to get on top of her
Dire's
now.
top tower
Just have
is
to be a
under
little
attack.
careful. Nisha also can always deal with these side lanes
Radiant's
easier now. He has
bottom
more
tower
remnants
is under
to be able to
attack.
rejoin the fights.
Og.Saksa.
Let's see what they can get inside.
He's going to go for the opening.
Great target.
Straight in onto Zara. We'll get the pushback as well. As a BKB offside. Zai. Is he able to step away from this? Get the ring out as well. The blink Zai's out of
He's
it.
actually
allowed to be the first to fall. BKB forced down to Nisha. Nisha may be thinking about getting back in on this. The healing ward is down.
He refreshed he overcharged or overclocked on the Clockwork, and then he hooked into the spear, and it speared him away from stunning Zai again, so it allows him to reset and get away. That was interesting little mechanic coming in. As it looked like a good initiation, but as we said, these BKBs are very tough for them to deal with still.
Yeah, they couldn't quite keep Zai chain stunned to stop him from getting his one off there. Yeah, Matu's still just sitting at the top. We'll see this once more as Stacks are coming in with that newly purchased Agonims.
Gonna pop. He does it a little bit late with the overclock, so he doesn't connect it before that BKB comes up. But ready, he hook shots and gets speared to his cog as it does hit. Although the stun connects, isn't able to get the secondary cogs to maybe trap Zai in place.
And that's true. What you feel like if he was a bit quicker on that, they could have probably stopped Zai getting BKB off.
I think he could have done it just a little bit faster. I think he maybe wanted to save it for the secondary go, but then realized, ah, crap, I need to actually use it to lock down Zai long enough. I like that he's, when you do save like that, it shows like, he's bloodthirsty. He wants the next kill.
Sure.
I like that.
He doesn't want to feel like he's needing to throw onto both. But, well, the way the fights are going, the fact Secret have a 5k lead, it's definitely getting to the point where OG it's going to be rather important for them to just guarantee themselves a kill at the start of the fight. Otherwise, Secret's going to be likely to overrun them, especially with Matu just getting as big as he is. and being such a, well, especially with his itemization, in a fantastic place to carry up against this Jug and Drow.
Yeah, and I love when I see people pick up this Mjolnir. Sometimes it doesn't make sense because there's no illusions and stuff like that, but so many small damage instances is something you have to remember too with Mjolnir. It's playing versus Darkseer, versus Cloak of Flames, versus Brewmaster Burns and stuff like this.
So much damage.
Heroes that are not BKB, this Mjolnir is going to start popping off, shooting lightning everywhere. OG.
Checking out Roche. It's up in a second.
This could be some clutch timing here.
I mean, they can go for it. You know, keep the
Secret's
healing ward
smoked
outside
too,
the
though.
pit.
And they see nothing on the map, so they're probably expecting some type of
Secret's
movement
coming in.
here. God.
He's going to nose there. Gets the spell. Zai's ready to charge in. They're going to come up with the Omni Slash straight away onto Zai. Zai stepping away with the BKB. Anna. He's going to have the Omni Slash redirected, and that's the up. Omni Slash keeps to no avail. It doesn't really do much at all. Hunt the Blade Fury tries to run, but matches into the BKB straight on top of top. They're trying to take down this Drow. Zai getting low, but he gets the spray off inside over towards Anna. Zai finally falls, but Anna's so low here. If they'll lose the Jug, they will turn though. Thompson's able to get the damage off onto Matumba Man as Matumba Man out of the game. No buyback available on him. So we'll see Zai buy back. He's attempting to get back over it. Over in the river, Saksa pushing them back with the cogs. He's stopping Puppey and Zai from being able to re-enter the fray. Over to the side, Nisha with another remnant gets himself away from the chase of No Tail.
Beautiful reset. The wall being very problematic. No Tail is left alone this time around. Does step up a bit too far. But Thompson able to reset his positioning. So important here. Seb controlling them inside that wall, and Thompson gets to the high ground, is able to actually focus fire and do something to fight. See the damage coming out from there. Beautiful.
Well, with the fight as it is, though, 2 dead on OG. I mean, I guess for Secret, they don't really have the best way of taking Roshan themselves. Even with the numbers here, the 4 versus the 3 of them, they can't really go back into the pit. I mean, they may try. I guess with Zai, it's pretty safe. Zai can tank at least.
He's got the Orb of Destruction too, so it's a little bit faster. So they've got that decent amount of minus armor, but without Matu, it's going to be a bit slower than they ideally want. But yeah, 35 seconds, no brew, 20, no jug. They've got a good window here.
Does Seb want to go for some sort of... He's heading over.
Ooh.
I mean, Secret are they're a little scared. They're a bit hesitant about this. Can Saksa pull something off? He's got the hook shots. He's going to go in. Straight away. Onto the side. Shot comes in with the side. Nisha puts the gun and tries to get himself for the physical damage to touch Nisha. Gets the BKB off. The Roche is going to go down. Who's going to be able to pick up the Aegis? It's going to be Saksa. Saksa able to grab the Aegis here. She's picked up by Nisha.
No, Nisha got Aegis actually. Look at it.
Og.Saksa didn't get anything, so he just kills Zai. So Nisha, is he actually going to be able to get them all out? He is.
Yes, she gets forced out of the way.
Right. Okay, Nisha's able to pick everything up. He's away with it all.
Dude, the Ghost Scepter purchase actually coming in clutch. He was getting hit so hard, but somehow he resets with Ghost Scepter and actually ends up getting
it. On the floor for so long there. So he does get the kill on Zai. Now, I thought that he was able to pick it up as well, but he was Nisha getting away with a big benefit there. And again, once more, this Ghost Scepter
paying off.
I mean, he's pretty much got the E-Blade done now, thanks to that fight as well.
Anna was able to get the shard for himself.
Oh, they got the get the shard.
So pretty beneficial because he does have the Scotty and the Maelstrom already. Will be really strong onto Anna. And they do kill Zai again. So, I mean, kind of is a little weird one, but Zai dies, he's probably like, oh, I got my long death out of the way, because that was the death after the buyback. So for the next death, he'll be back faster.
Are scanning.
Nisha, he's going to go finish that E-Blade. So there we have it. A lot of magical bursts ready to come out from Nisha.
Oh, I mean, oh yeah.
They've got to be careful, especially in these fights, Anna, with the Blade Fury. As soon as he comes out of that Blade Fury, he can get blown up.
And when the BKB starts, I mean, now we're already at 7 seconds here onto Thompson. These BKBs are going to start lasting pretty low. Getting on top of him with all that crazy damage is going to be pretty nuts. All that spell damage, and they find a timeless relic. I mean, Nisha.
Oh, Nisha's going to be a happy boy.
He gives it to him right away.
There we have it.
Oh, yeah.
Timeless relic, E-Blade, Aghanims. Nisha, he's good to go.
Near level 25 on 2 of these cores, too.
He takes an arrow to the face. He tried to commit. He tried to believe that he could get the outburst in time, and indeed he is. Nisha's ready to chase on. He's got the Aegis. He's fearless right now.
It's on Thompson, but he's got healing ward.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard now to get to Thompson. Nisha is trying his best to close in. They've got the stun control. Nisha, they're making the slider fist down. He's still alive there with the first life. Nisha, he's not even going to go down at once. They've got the control onto Anna. Finally, he falls. Anna comes out with the Omni Slash. Zai gets on the top of the hit from the side with the damage, but that's Anna out of the game. Goes down. OG's got to get out of it.
Nisha, he's trying to catch more.
He's chasing. He's trying to see if he can find Thompson, but Thompson is already well out of there. Still, they get the cleanup. They take down Seb. A Secret
Dyer's
able to
bottom
rally
tower
together
is
here.
under
Matu
attack.
and Nisha just proving to be
Dyer's
a
bottom
little
tower
too much
has
now.
fallen.
And just too many ways to get on top of Thompson. Like he pops his BKB and immediately right after the BKB is going down, he has to just run away. So much overwhelming magic damage that is coming out. And I mean, Saksa is so crucial in the fight field to give that space and window for this Drought Ranger. Nisha, he's got knee blade.
BKB's on cooldown, so Manta's available now.
Okay.
Nisha. All right, Thompson will take that. You gotta be careful, man. This guy's he's got a DD. Get out of it. The multi shots. Yapsa's got to get away. As Thompson, he's doing it. He's holding on. He's holding on, and now Och.Saksa with a hook shot. They're calling out Thompson. He'll pick up a second kill.
Oh my god. Well, they thought they were going to get a kill on that Drow, but nope.
And Thompson was doing
Past.
a whole lot in the early game. You sort of keeping it
Radiant's
solid, having that
middle tower
high
is
damage
under
output in
attack.
those fights that allowed OG to initially sort of pick themselves out of a bad place off the back of the laning stage. Then the mid game enters. Secret started the back of the fight. Thompson stuck around a little too long.
Is that the
The
BKB?
BKB is the only way of getting out. Tried to look at Pike himself for safety, but he is gone. Just not talking Thompson up. He started to spend a little too long standing there. They're hitting the tier 2 tower.
No tell as well. Likely to get ran down. He just gets speared. A couple phenomenal spears this game into the towers, just catching them off guard. And then he's ruptured. Can't BKB, can't reset away. That's definitely, Nisha. You better tip Zai after you make your mistake. Zai making up for it himself. Really beautifully.
Back and forth continues just as it feels like OG's getting a bit of momentum back with the push of Thompson, then bam. They just get shut down. They try to run it down mid. Secret says no. We're more than kitted out to do that. They've still got the lead.
Is he gonna get
9k advantage.
He's sneaking it. Look at the courier. The gem, it gets hit in the tree. Oh, he gets it. Very nice.
Mid. They've got the spear. I know the Mord is out. There's a lot of sustain, a lot of regeneration in it. Brandon now with the blade fury. He's going to take Och.Saksa. Comes in from the side. Matu. This time it's Secret's turn to overstay their well.
There's just two of them there. The rest of the team was split away.
All right, back and forth. Both teams keeping us on the edge of our seats here. As there's no knowing what comes next in this game.
So it looks like Secret wanted to get the outpost to have the availability for the TP, I believe, for Nisha. So they were split away. And then the other two go mid, and they get caught from a buyback from Saksa, just capitalizing on that.
It's pretty wild.
That is, I mean, pretty awesome to see just these quick little small understandings of where the positioning of the heroes are. I believe that's what happened, right? Because Puppy, he went to go get outposts for Nisha to have TP, but then they split away because they were pushing mid.
Yeah, they're pretty far back behind that tier 2 tower.
And now a couple items coming out for the side of OG.
Mid.
And, oh, is that what I think it is? Okay, it's just an illusion in the bottle, but still relevant. Anna.
A little bit of a dispel could get him out of the chains or something. Save the use of Blade Fury for later. We'll see that replay once more. She said, where is he over
Okay,
at the
so
moment?
Puppy's all the way up top. They just claimed one of their outposts. I mean, they're just so split apart here.
They're so deep here, Matu and Zai.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
They wanted
has
some
fallen.
fun. They got it. No, G
In the game, Saksa, he's in again.
He's got they caught him.
They got Yamagor.
And now they're going to be on with the push. They've still got a bit of window here with Zai and Matu. They're dead now.
This game is
Dyer's
actually
top tower
insane.
is under attack.
Well, OG's going to be able to get the racks here by the looks of
Radiant's
it.
middle tower has fallen.
They've got the full axe done on
Radiant's middle
both of them,
barracks are
Seb
under
and
attack.
Anna, ready for the next fight.
Dyer's
As that's the
top
mid-range
tower
gone, they're
is
going to
under
sweep round to the
attack.
bottom and see if they can get something more out of this. He's back in 5.
Seb's got the axe freshly picked up after this fight. So they're all that much tankier. 4,000 HP Juggernaut.
There we have it. Smoke's coming out for Secret. They're looking to see if they can get the job. And that's standing his ground with the Blade Fury. Soulbind used pretty early here. They'll be able to back off and make sure there's no follow-up to that.
Yeah, so does not want to buy back either, so not really looking for a fight just yet.
They want to push on Anna close to level 25 as well. They can do it. No tail to step control the split. Have the buyback coming out. Pumping in with the side of the guns. They are focusing that massive. Wants the BKB. Wants the cheese. Back up to full HP. Nisha gets a defensive remnant set out. Has to jump back to safety. Now they have got to run. He's in with the catch. Hook shot. He needs to back into the side. It's Nisha. He's out to the side. Gets down the slide and fits out. Nisha, he's able to jump back in time. He'll live. But Secret, they're being forced back to the fountain. As Anna, he's ready to look for kills. Jumps in with the first last Blade Fury to pass as well. He's on top of Puppy. Takes out the Christian. Buyback comes out Matu. He's trying to get on. Stops him at Matu. The BKB's on the left. Trying to get the back up. Takes down Thompson Matu. Ready to go for the next target. He's through it. He's over towards Anna. Anna will also fall. Double kill for Matu. And he's not done yet. Right over towards Saksa. With a hook shot. Saksa. He's able to lock down Matu. Matu down for 100. As Og.Saksa and No-Tail will run Yapsop back to the fountain as well. This is Og.Saksa. He's going for the TP out. No-Tail still around. Size him the backup. Nisha as well comes swinging across. A Secret, they will clean up overall as they keep their bottom racks alive and will push back OG.
The speed that these heroes are moving. Nisha is zipping through at full speed with his remnants and everything. The Bloodseeker's dying through, but he gets isolated for a second. He gets left alone, and they will be able to finish him off. Saksa, time and time again, coming in clutch for his team.
He is.
Secret does have to use 2 buybacks.
To find these big catches, but in those sort of situations, it's just not quite enough there with the rest of his team just getting cleaned up at the start of the action by Matumba Man.
But it's an expensive hold for Secret. They do have to use 2 buybacks to be able to keep it up. And Thompson, he didn't spend gold in all this last time. He has 6,000 gold saved up on this Drow Ranger.
He's got a lot of money. Probably time to say goodbye to one. Like, obviously, at this stage of the game and with the way that the game's played, does want to make sure he has buyback. Yeah, buyback's going to be very important in a game like this where we're seeing the action swing back and forth so ferociously.
He does have, I believe he's just about has the gold for both, actually. He's just about to. 4,300 surplus, so he should be able to buy both. But back the other way, as we said.
There we have it. I mean, are we going to see any buybacks come out here? Or do you think they're going to hold and just sort of let the damage be done?
20 seconds slow, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
5 seconds, though. Saksa might go in as soon as Drow respawns.
Saksa might be able to do something here to stop the push. And he's going to try.
He's going to try once.
See if he can keep his rack safe and alive here for the little bit of time before the rest of OG's out, and he can. A simple hook shot in, and Secret will back off. Saksa are able to come in, keep the racks alive, and protect any buybacks being used by his teammates.
How's that Roach looking? Is back up now.
Well, it's the big one as well.
This is going to be the big decider. We need to get vision around the pit. Both sides. Both sides quite limited on the vision department. Illusion is found for Tops.
Oh, that's a lovely one. Tops are going to have it. It's great to play to push out the lanes, of course, down the line. Maybe Seb wants to hold on to it for the team fights, but for now, it's just going to speed up Thompson's farm even more.
And maybe bait. Perhaps
that's true.
We'll it is very important.
Catches them off guard.
They are very focused on making sure they can get on top of Thompson. He could do some clever stuff with this illusion for sure.
Look at this smoke as well. They send the illusion down mid.
Both, oh yeah, all 3 with the meds too.
Yeah, well, we'll see if Secret fall for that. They'll probably be able to assess the damage being done and realize they're on the high ground. He's going to get dispelled, No-Tail. Get grabbed by the chains. And he's actually going to pop the first split here. Maybe see if he can get a catch as he starts to run them down. See what he can force out of Zai. Zai. And get forced to the side. Trying to hold on to the BKB. Saksa them again. With the pushback. They've got it. Zai goes down. Saksa again with the catch. Now with the gun. Pushing back Nisha. Turn towards him, Matu. He's trying to look for a target. The parallel ball dropped here, but Matu is in onto Step. Trying to run down the darks here. BKB's out for Saksa. He's over towards them. They've got the control onto No-Tail. No-Tail pulling low as Matu. He's able to take down No-Tail. Matu ready to go for his next target. At the same time, Zai being pushed back with BKB out. Zai steps back out, keeps them contained in the arena. Swiss Slash comes out to Matumba Man, and Matumba Man, he's tanky, and he's able to pick up another. Connects onto Step. Now turns over towards Anna. Multiple buybacks come out from OG, but Matu is just doing the damage. It's possible for Saksa's got to run. Nisha's able to close the gap here. With the runners jump straight over towards Saksa. Matu, he's just taking them apart. Out of the fall. Saksa's going to get cleaned up as well. Triple kill for Matumba Man.
What a fight from Secret. Zai actually coming in so clutch. He jumps into the right side, splits up 3 heroes, all caught inside the Marzult. They couldn't do anything to back up their teammates. Matu and Nisha able to clean up on last
Matu's just doing so much damage. 15k damage done in that last team fight. As Matu, I mean, he's able to get it, and even with the BKB, when it wears off, Matu, it doesn't matter. He's able to find targets, commit on them, and know he's going to get that kill in a burst of life to keep on fighting.
And it is, with his buyback, he kept the Drow all the way on the right side, so Drow wasn't hitting Matu at all in the fight. He kept him fully controlled by Zai. That was such clutch play from him.
Trying to push them away from Rocher, but OG, they're doing it without Anna, they're doing it without their main man, Saksa. One split. Trying to spook them away from the pit, but Matu, he's doing so much here as he's able to turn, commit here with the Minotaur. Roshan will fall in and pick it all up, and they are. Lucy grabs the Aegis, Secret take it all here from the pit. Zana with the buyback. Is he actually going to be able to find anything with this, Matu? Return, drop the rock shot to Thompson, stop OG from chasing. As with that in mind, we're seeing a huge jump up now for the lead of Secret. 18k advantage. They grab it all from the pit. And of course, OG also having to spend money there, using that buyback on Anna's jug.
Now we see Matu having some inventory, a little bit of inventory issues, trying to swap everything all around here, trying to figure out which items he does want to use. He's keeping Minotaur Horn in, but he's keeping Leveler in his backpack just in case when it is on cooldown, he's swapping it in. Same thing with his Basher, swapping in constantly.
Yeah, we'll see for the next fight. Cheese being helped by Matu, Refresher Shard on Zai.
And these fights are just so crazy because everyone's hitting 25. It's so early in the game, but all these supports, like almost everyone's 25 on.
That's
Just the Brewmaster
We don't
left
see
behind.
a lot of games where everyone hits to 25.
No, it's just
especially
been
this
chaos.
early, kind of 48 minutes in. I guess this is just sort of the abundance of kills that we have had coming out at 48 minutes in, 47 to 41.
So much control that can come out too. The two supports on both sides just providing so much utility.
I mean, they have to get Matu. This Bloodseeker's just going to clean up every single team fight. He is just the ultimate threat here for OG's lineup.
It's just so hard with the way that, I mean, Zai is just playing like this bro of protecting his core so well, so that they can get these constant spells combos off, especially like Nisha and Matsu just able to focus fire their targets a lot easier.
Well there.
Of course he is.
Yeah, got the extra HP regen. I mean, that's something that's going to become this whole area where
It is.
you just pretty much can't fight into it. That sort of insane amount of boosted regen for the team. You know, if you're OG, you have to step away. That arena comes out, you've got to bail.
Yeah, and they're also, if you notice, they're giving Puppey the farm right now. No one else is touching neutrals. Puppey's about to have Aghanims. So there's a very strong Drow Ranger and Juggernaut on one side. If he gets illusions of these two, or even one of them in the fights, it could be really problematic. Also, level 25, as we did see, you know, that ink swell radius massive, and everyone else also having those 25 talents we are seeing pointed out.
Of course, the test will still be there for Secret when it comes to breaking the high ground of OG.
It is.
Some pretty good ways to spam from a distance. You know, this draft built around Thompson's drought.
They did use some pretty big buybacks, though, on the side of OG, for sure. They're the two important ones on the side of Secret are still available, and none of them are available on the side of OG.
Sure, if Secret can just commit and make that jump onto one of these cores without buyback, they'll probably be able to close the game up. So OG have to be very cautious, very careful to make sure that that backup is there to ensure that they don't get jumped, even inside the base, which could happen, of course. Secret having some pretty good heroes for the gap close.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Creeps are hitting the base, so they do know that Secret is postured probably aggressively into their side there. So now Yaps are backing up. Sai, he's invis on the hunt. He's gonna be able to fund, but he is magic immune inside of Cogs, that level 25 talent.
He's out.
Good old spell immunity. And we did see, yeah, Stormcrafter did reveal him, I believe, inside the tree line. I think it tapped Zai.
Yeah, I think that's probably why we saw Saksa play as he did. Yeah.
Love that talent, though. He has BKB, but doesn't have to use it. He just clicks Cogs. Octarine now for Yapsor. Okay.
All right.
Bit of a luxury item, it feels like, for him.
Yeah, they're rolling in the money here, both of these teams.
He does have triple arrow, so it's 3 arrows every 9.8 seconds, too. That is pretty obnoxious.
Radiant are scanning.
Let's see what they can get. As I say, if they catch one of the heroes without that buyback, this is going to be a real hit against OG.
Still got 30 minutes or so on all 3 of the cores on OG.
30 minutes?
3 minutes, sorry.
That would be quite enough.
30 minutes would be pretty devastating.
30-minute buyback.
One buyback again.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck.
OG know this. They're playing very careful right now. Making
attack.
sure not to have anyone out on the map getting caught by these movements of Secret.
They have problems taking out Montu still, though. Just this butterfly, they don't really have the true strike at all. We're seeing Ana, he's building toward it, but Thompson's not going to be able to. He just doesn't have space. Like, inventory space is just limited.
No, for sure. Until he has that MKB, they don't kill this Bloodseeker.
No.
They don't kill this Bloodseeker before Max is killed. You know, it's kill 1, kill 2 of them, and it's constantly getting this revitalization throughout the team fight.
Zai leading the charge. The gem in the front line, too. Finds himself a haste. Seb forcing in bottom. Double ion shell is thrown down on the creep wave. A little bit of a stall. A little bit of a slowdown right now.
For OG, needed. As we talked about, you know, we know why they're not trying to look for action. I mean, is there anything that sort of Secret's waiting for? Is there a reason why we don't sort of see them just shove down a lane and try to go for the high ground?
It's just a bit hard because of these double ion shells, these illusionist capes that keep getting sent down the lanes. It is a bit difficult for them to just force the issue fully here. Now they are rallied around bottom. Lane is in a decent spot here too as well in the top lane.
There's still a tier 2 to take down here.
Yep. Scouting out that heart, that triangle area with a blood right. My God. Attack speed on Maki
He's
is
so
absolutely
huge.
ridiculous. He's got the
Dire's
shard
bottom
too, as we
tower
see.
is under attack.
High pure damage coming into play. So much gold.
Yeah, I mean, he's queuing up the MKB. He's gonna have to get rid of something
Dire's
for that.
bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, he's just, it's probably the save also, just in case. Like, if a fight happens, he dies first, he buys back, buys boots of travel, he can come back in the fight, stuff like that. You want to have to save, especially at this point. As lane's now
Dire's
becoming a
bottom
problem
tower
against Secret, they're gonna have to back up, but OG, they've claimed high ground.
Radiant's middle
Secret sees where
tower
that
is
rocket
under
came
attack.
from, though, so they should know that OG's fully positioned on
They're
Alpha.
heading in here. We'll see Matu already.
Matu's really low mana.
And he didn't manage to get the rupture up onto Ana. To the side,
Dire's
Saksa.
bottom tower
He's
is
gonna
under
hook shot out to
attack.
safety. Gets away, side, thinking about chasing, he's in.
He's not on him.
They're gonna follow as well. Nisha moves it straight away. He's able to get the slash off, but he's still Snowman doesn't matter. He's able to get the only slash off as well. Secret gripped up, bashing onto the tree. Yaps are jumping away, but Zai's getting low. The blame team from Ana, they're able to take down Zai. Matu pushing on onto Steb. Ana trying to punch back the bash coming out from Matu. Matu's BKB shortly about to come to an end. See the buyback from Zai. He looks to keep this fight going here for Secret Zai. With the spear back onto Saksa. He'll catch the Clockwork. Lots shot coming in from the side, but Matu's able to take down Saksa. Nisha jumping over towards Ana with the blade fury's back up. Ana with the blade fury turns towards Matu. He gets the back. Matu, he's going to take it down. Matu to fall. They open the Lotus all off his time. Will give Zai some sort of protection, but it's not enough. They brought down Zai. It's a die back on the Mars. The rest of Secret, they've got to run.
Nisha.
They've got to get out of here. Over in the trees, they've got the control on Puppy. It's Puppy. Don't know he's there. Looks like they're going to be a little careful. I mean, OG, they find themselves a huge move here. They had to use a buyback on Saksa, but Secret, they used 2 core buybacks themselves. And it's a dieback. And Saksa, a huge angle, gets the ultra straight in onto Yapsa. Yapsa tries to leap away. They'll get him up to the high ground. Matu turns to the roof to stop Johnson from chasing, but Saksa, he's in with the push back as well as the cock. Saksa gets the catch onto the top of man. Saksa for another kill. A Secret, they've lost Matu, they've lost Zai, they've lost Nisha as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nisha does have the buyback, is going to be forced to use it.
Just the 3 of them though. OG, they've got a big window now where there's no Zai, no Matu for the defensive Thompson's in. Weblade immediately out the drought, but the first hit force gone. Double arrow hit there from Yapsa.
Radiant's top
They're
tower
trying to span
is
the way,
under
but Yapsa
attack.
is in! Saksa, he's in with a hook shot, and they're catching Yapsa, catches Puppy, it's over! It is absolutely
Radiant's
over!
middle tower is
Wow,
under
Saksa,
Radiant's
just
middle tower is
unbelievable
under
plays from the clock.
From start to finish.
Look at him instantly take the heads down. He's like, yup, that was me. That was me. Those were unbelievable fights. And my God, just the illusion, chaos, just everything coming into play. Even though Secret, they connect all these spells, they couldn't focus fire these.